Good day, Liam from tutortouch here. In today's video, I'll be going over some of the features that come standard with our panels. Let's jump straight into it. Within the No program, you are able to change the background to different colors. As seen here, you can have many different colors, white, black, blue, as well as set images to the background. So over here we have an accounting ledger, as well as a rugby field. You can also change the template where you can add lines, grids, music sheets, as well as a few other sports fields as seen if you need to do any of that. To write on the panel, it's very simple. You can simply use your fingers, use the stylus, or even the backside of the stylus, which all have different functions. When you click on write, you can set these functions accordingly. To erase content from the panel, you can simply use the back of your hand, click on clean all, or click on select and drag all the content out of the way, giving you more space to work with. Some of the features that come within the No program is a ruler. So you can use this ruler very simply. You just insert it, you drag it along, you can extend, and then to write your line, you simply start writing on the lines, on the numbers, and that creates the line for you. So let us create that. We also have a protractor to calculate and measure angles. So now we know our line is 23 degrees. Furthermore, you can also add some shapes into the equation. So to add a shape is very simple. You click it, drag and drop. We have some 3D shapes as well. Simply drag and drop as seen there. Underneath note, you can just create a quick note. So what I'll create is homework, or whatever other notes you need to create within your lesson. And then you can simply just insert it in the top side of the panel and it will be there within the No program. Furthermore, we have a mind map where you can simply just create a normal mind map. Ours would be about flowers. That's a rhyme. As you can see, it has a smart write function, so it will then take your handwriting and it will recognize what you are writing and change it accordingly. Underneath form, this is basically just a standard table that you can insert. Let me just move it around, that you can insert. To increase the amount of cells you have, you can simply just draw across as seen, or down like that. And then it will also adjust depending on how much you write within a certain block. So as you see there, I wrote and then it changed the size as well. When you move on, you'll see we have a partition section. This is very good for when you want to have students work together and just collaborate. So the student's color will be green, the student's color will be red. And as you can see, the student and the student can write at the exact same time. They cannot interrupt each other's work. He can erase at the same time while he writes. And then when you close the partition function, the content will then be inserted into the No program, so the content isn't lost. It then becomes a part of your lesson and a part of the lesson creation. Furthermore, some of the other features is function. This is great for our math teachers. A math teacher would usually have to draw the entire Cartesian plane, but they can simply just input a equation, press enter, and it will then sketch that for you. We have different types of functions. There's some quadratic functions as well. Let's make that -9. And you can simply click on insert, and that also becomes then a part of your lesson, making it a lot more seamless and easy to use instead of having to draw it, saving you a lot of time as well. Furthermore, we have the periodic function, or periodic table. Apologies. You can simply insert the entire periodic table or click on a specific amount of elements and then you can then expand on them accordingly. So I've inserted these two functions. I have no idea where the functions are, but I've inserted them and it will give them a breakdown of what is happening with regards to the function. Furthermore, there are some simulations. So we've partnered with a software called FET that creates some simulations to make your lessons a lot more interactive. There are some physics simulations, chemistry, math, and a few other subjects that you can see in the top over there. Your content doesn't have to stay within the Node program though. You can save this directly to your panel by clicking on My Files and then saving it. Or if you are signed in with your Bytello account, you can then sync this directly to your OneDrive or your Google Drive, and you can use it within every classroom you go through, and you can save it directly there. Another option would be to click on QR code. The panel will generate a QR code, so the students can then scan the QR code as they leave, and they can have the content with them as they go out of the day. That way they spend more time focusing on what you're saying instead of jotting down notes within the classroom. For your PDFs, we can move over. In our most recent update, we've included a software called Mobi Office. It comes free of charge. You simply open your PDF or Word document, and you can then simply use the mark option, and you can annotate over the PDF as seen here. I'm going to write my name. I'm going to highlight carbon dioxide.
Good day. So with our AI, you can access it anywhere on the panel. We have the AI right here on our first main interface. You can access it from either side of the screen, also from left or right side. As you can see, there is our AI. This AI gives you different functionalities. We have Circle and Go, Ask AI, Live Subtitles, Video Pilot, as well as an AI calculator. That is on the first main frame of the panel. When you go into Node program, you also have access to AI within the Node program itself. So let's talk about flowers. Okay, so as you can see, I'll just smart write that. And as you can see, there's the AI inside the Node program. When you click on that AI, it gives you different options. We have Ask AI, AI Painter, AI Topics, AI Mind Map, and AI Search. So for this example, I'll start with AI Topics. So what this then does is it gives us different topics that we can use to start a discussion or brainstorm before the actual lesson, whether it be natural science or whatever subject that you're teaching to the learners. And we can talk about pollination, see how flowers produce and reproduce. Okay. And the moment that I click on that, it also provides us with another AI. So in this example, I'll then do AI search, and it will generate different content that we can use to start the discussion. Okay. So we have simply moved from just flowers, and we've gone through to pollination and how flowers reproduce. And now we're actually looking at pollination of flowers. I can simply click, drag and drop right here onto the panel itself. If I want to change the color, I can change the color for that. Or let's go with red. And it also provides us different other materials that we can use. So another good thing that you can use is the AI questions generator. Now we have discussed pollination and how flowers reproduce. I can ask the AI to generate questions just to test, do the learners actually understand or if they have grasped the concept. So I will go for this example with the multiple choice and ask it to generate that for us. And it will do its magic. There we go. We have our first question. And with our first question, we can look and ask the learners, okay, what is pollination in flowering plants? It gives us different answers, A, B, or C, and you let the learners actually engage. Once they have done answered and they have done answering the question, you can then look and here's the explanation. So it's not just about to get the answer, but how do we get the answer? And it gives the actual explanation for that process as well. You can go on and move on to our next question. Or if you'd like to make this bigger, you can just make it bigger so that everything else in the background is hidden with the questions that we are discussing. All right. So from that, I can also go ahead and open different pictures. So in this case, there, something that helps with flower pollination, which is that looks like a bee, does it? So that I can insert it into our panel, and you see that we still retain the image high quality resolution, and we can just have it right there. Okay, so that is how the AI on Note works. Okay, with that first AI that we first mentioned, which you can access anywhere on the panel, I can simply click on that and circle and go. The moment that I do so, I'll just circle. There we go, flowers. And you see a change in what we are actually searching. So there we go, I've circled flowers, and now it gives us content focused on the main topic, which is flowers, which you're actually discussing on. And we can go on to different flowers as well. If you want to import that into the panel, we're at liberty to do so. So that is our new AI. And I'll just go back to how we can also use our live subtitles. So this is great for languages. Right now, my sound is off, so it won't actually pick up what I'm saying. However, you can use it to translate from English to Afrikaans or from Afrikaans to English. Or if you simply just wanted to do subtitles, you can simply set it to do so. And you can make that bigger, and you'll be able to still use the panel in the background, and we can then close that. Okay. Additional to that, we have the AI calculator. This you can use for this younger grade so that they can get some engagement going in the classroom. I'll just grab my pen. Okay. So I can say 2 plus 2, that is equal to 4. As you can see, it tries to retain the handwriting that I use so that it looks like it's actually my work. Or I can say the root of 115 is equal to, okay, I think it did not pick up what I was trying to, oh, there we go. So let's just remove that. But as you can see, there we have the root of 1115. Thank you so much.